Good morning and welcome to Twinn number 20. I'm David here for This Week in Nerd News. You probably remember the old Mark Twain saying that if you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. And if you read the newspaper, you are misinformed. And I'm hoping that today we are neither. Would like to shed some light on a few stories that are worthy of our attention this week. First, on Patch Tuesdays, many of us in the IT and security industry closely follow all of the things that Microsoft has patched. And so Kevin Beaumont does a nice job of creating a thread of what he calls Kevin's lame review about what we really should be paying attention to. So it is a good one to assess every time there's a Patch Tuesday. Hopefully he keeps that going forward. Second story is about how the dark side, this is the group that is responsible for a lot of high-value ransomware, including the one on Colonial Pipeline last week, who did get back into production, by the way, but left a trail of damage. And one of the issues that has now come to light is that their public-facing Tor site has shut down and their wallet has been emptied. And so this might make it even more difficult for companies that are infected by this group if they have gone offline and have lost access to their servers and can't even provide keys. So if it turns out that this reduces confidence in ransoms being paid, resulting in actual keys being released, then this might be the beginning of a demise of ransomware. Let's hope that's the case, or that at least it is a path in that direction. And the third story here is about how the Biden administration Biden himself signed an executive order that is strengthening the federal security posture. And it's actually quite interesting. It starts with the fundamentals. I'm sure there's more to come because it's mostly about reporting. And many other countries already have such reporting requirements, including Canada. But it is a step in the right direction. And the more there is a top-down approach on what the security requirements are, the better shape we will be in the future. And this fourth story, I want to quickly tell you about how this frag attack, as it's being called, are making millions and potentially billions of devices vulnerable. This may be appear to be a bigger story than it really is, because the devices that are most commonly used are quickly going to be patched. As far as we know, Apple iOS devices are not vulnerable to this at all, especially if you are running an always-on VPN like you would on Atom Go, where your content that's going over the Wi-Fi network is encrypted. And so in that case, the frag attack really is not able to extract anything meaningful, even if iOS was vulnerable. And the last story of the day is how millions of routers are putting people at risk. And the question is why? Mostly because of weak passwords on consumer-based routers. They do say many of the internet service providers do claim that they're constantly being monitored and that they are more patched. But in our own experience, that is not usually the case, that they're running the most up-to-date version. And most home routers supplied by the ISPs are truly making the users very insecure. And so it is worth it to consider alternative if security is important. And the did you know portion, I just take it for granted that we all know that adopting a whitelisting model has a dramatic reduction in the attack surface, and there is a number to that now, and it is a 7,000 to 1 ratio. There's over 1 billion websites that exist in this world today, and there's only about 15,000 that even an organization of 10,000 people needs. So there's your 7,000 to 1 ratio of an attack surface reduction if the whitelist or allow list simply includes what is needed, but nothing else. So think about that, and I look forward to chatting with you next Monday. Bye for now.